we give this to our students, and we're like, okay, because we'll have.
Now, my wife, I just broke down. I said,
hello, 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 and welcome to the show. Who are you? I am your host, Dr. Leah, and I know it's been a while that we have been on, but today we are back, and hopefully in the next shows that we will be coming up. It's been quite a day. It was a day where we were saying goodbye to Prince Philip. It was an awesome moment. It was a very moving and a very, let's say, there was all mixtures of emotions, but it was beautiful. For those who watched it live, for those who will be watching it, maybe replay, everybody will have their own, mixed up emotions and probably opinions. But I just thought it was a very, very beautiful moment just to know how honorable the man was. He was a gentleman. He was a companion. He was a man with patience. He was a man who accepted to be like somebody who is 3 steps behind the queen, his wife, his friend, his lover, the mother of his children, but still he was able to empower her, to uplift her. And so it is so beautiful today that I am bringing you our guest all the way from the Bahamas. She is a leader. She is a powerful queen. She is a CEO, and she's the founder of Women Wives Entrepreneur Network. She makes women and empowers family in every arena. Call it business, call it leadership. Wherever it is, she is an empowerer. And so today we are going to meet her and to know her, and we are going to learn a lot about networking, entrepreneurship. What is that all about? So without further ado, I will just bring her up and we can run the show. Hello, 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 Dr. Anastacia.
Hi, Dr. Leah. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Welcome to Germany. Welcome to Europe.
Yes, I feel welcome in Europe.
How is it? I can see you're enjoying the sun. We are still in that moment we kind of have, they say there is the climate change, which I believe now truly there is, because it's supposed to be spring for us, but we are enjoying the English weather. So every day we have all the 4 seasons in one day.
Right.
So it's beautiful to see the sun shining behind you.
Well, I send you some sun and greetings from the Bahamas. I hope that the sun can reach you. But yes, it is a beautiful, beautiful day here in the Bahamas. I am definitely outside, just doing a whole lot of stuff, as bosses, we always have stuff to do, right?
Right, you're right. And that's awesome. And definitely you are sending us some very good sunny vibes, looking beautiful, glowing as usual. And so thank you so much that you took the time. And I know, like we said, as bosses, you have 1,001 things to do. And you're a mother and you're a wife. So it's, a plate and a woman with a lot of hearts, which we really appreciate. So we will jump right into our topic today. So probably you could just introduce yourself, let our audience and our viewers know who is Dr. Anastacia.
Well, I'm a woman, like you said. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a boss. And basically, I guess I got into it. I can just say just divine intervention, because we were not taught to be bosses. We were taught to go to school, get a good education, and to get a job. But and that's exactly what I was doing. But God interrupted that plan, and I saw entrepreneurship. And once you taste a piece of freedom, you want to keep it, right?
Right.
And so now to be able to empower other women and to definitely pass this on to our children, because there's some things that I'm seeing. Once you put things in place and put things in order, you can control your life and have the success that you particularly want in life. And basically, it's so profound that all the gifts and talents that we have once you recognize them and know who you are. Because what's the name of the show?
Who are you?
Who are you? So once you know who you are and you tap into your purpose and you got a little bit of freedom, you can definitely help to change the world. You really, really can. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have met you. You all the way in Germany. Oh my goodness, that's just how awesome the world is. And you are also a mother, and you also have tapped into entrepreneurship. So I think it is profound that we understand that we have to network. So our job is to figure out, Dr. Leah, how we're going to build one another, how I help to build you and how you help to build me. And once people really understand the power of mutual beneficial relationships, I do believe that our lives are going to be better. What do you think?
Awesome, 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 awesome. And we've just started, and already the nuggets are just pouring. They're just pouring. And the two things that I've already picked up is understanding who are you, and it's the show in itself. When I started writing my books, and I started with the book of Who Are You, trying to understand who am I, what is my talent, what are my skills, what am I doing, what is my purpose in general in this life that I've been given, that I've been actually is a gift to have this life. What is my purpose? And the way you have said it very clearly is understanding who are you, and understanding also the power of working with one another. How do I empower you? How do you empower me? How do we support each other? And that is already a very, very beautiful conversation. But before we expound on us, tell us a little bit, what is networking in your own understanding?
I believe God intentionally gave people different gifts and different talents. God intentionally meant for us to need one another. Um,
Mhm.
I don't have everything, and you do not have everything. So when we put it all together, is when we're gonna see real change. So networking is basically tapping into like-minded people who want the same things out of life, and definitely the support one another. Now, a lot of people look at networking and they see opportunity, but what messes up the opportunity as far as networking is concerned is as a tad bit of I believe a tad bit of selfishness, because
Mhm.
the purpose is, okay, I'm talking to you, Dr. Lee, so me and you having a conversation. And so if I have made a decision to network with you, Dr. Leah, it should not be a situation where you're only winning or I am only winning. Networking means both of us need to win. So
Mhm.
whatever area it is that you do well in, I need to figure out what gifts and talents I have to support you in what you're doing. And then you have to figure out what gifts and talents you have to help me. That's what I believe networking is. And so a whole lot of people jump on the bandwagon of networking, but you're not really networking. So I tell people all the time, I have a problem with hype. I love results. So if I am saying that I want to network with you, Dr. Leah, I need to see what are the results of what I have to give you and what are the results of what you have to give me. It must be beneficial. And then when we're talking about business, it should be financial. So it should be both. So how are we going to do that? How am I going to help you, Dr. Leah? Okay, you said to me that you have books. So, okay, I am now going to say, okay, Dr. Leah has a book. I want to network with her. Um, I need to purchase her book because now I need to sow into you so that you can sow back into me. You see what I'm saying? And then we have an
Mhm.
equal exchange. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just show up to be poured into and they don't pour back. And so so you have to know when you're in that situation and identify that, and then you have to kind of draw back. But there are some people I can tell you
Mhm.
without a shadow of a doubt who I network with, who I can tell you that I benefit from, not only in business, but spiritually, I mean, in every aspect of the word, and financially. And once you find those persons, oh, Dr. Leah, you keep them. And so networking is a system where we come together and we help one another, and there must be visible results, tangible results. I feel it with my hands, I see it with my eyes. So we're not in a relationship of
Mm,
parasites. You see what I'm saying?
mhm,
Yes,
mhm, mhm,
yes. And we do have ethnic groups that network very, very well. Very
mhm,
well.
mhm.
And
Yes,
so we,
yes.
as a people of color, have to learn how to really, really tap into that and help people for real and not just fluff.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you. We have Charity Elko Jacob, who's watching all the way from Frankfurt, and she is enjoying the conversation. We have Jessica Passmore as well, who is watching all the way from Ocala, Florida. And so thank you so much for those who are watching with us, whether you are commenting or just listening. We thank you that you're present and that you're listening and that you're learning something. And just to recap a little bit on what Dr. Anastacia has told us about networking. And I really find her points very, very tangible, very, very empowering, because out here, networking has been kind of given a different name, and it has been brandished in a negative way. And now understanding what networking is all about empowering each other, about tapping into like-minded people who want the same thing, and in life, supporting each other. That means if I find you and I see what you're doing and I'm able to help you, to support you, whether it is financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I am mentoring you, I am buying from you, I am lifting you up, I'm encouraging you, then I am networking. It is not necessarily that somebody has to sell something for you. It is not necessarily brandishing people in a very negative manner, but it is about pouring into each other, uplifting each other, empowering each other. So we are going to make a short break. And when we come back, we are going to get to understand how networking and entrepreneurship and what Dr. Anastacia does, and how she is also supporting a lot of families and a lot of women all over the world. You heard me, all over the world. It's not just the Bahamas, it's not just in the States, but all over the world. So stay tuned. We will be back in a minute. Hello and welcome back to the show. Who are you? As you join in, tell us where you're watching from. Today, our guest is from Bahamas, and she is Dr. Anastacia Lewis. And Dr. Anastacia, as we introduced her, she's a woman, she's a wife, she's an entrepreneur, she's a leader, she's an empowerer, she's a motivator. She is a woman with many hearts, as well as she is building an empire for her children, for herself, and for the generation. Because, as we all know, the Word of God says that you should build wealth for your children, for your children's children, and their generations to come. It begins with you. So thank you so much, Dr. Anastacia, that you are here. And also what I really loved is that having her here is I was just watching the goodbye farewell for Prince Philip, and just seeing his lifestyle. He was a man who chose to kind of remove herself from the picture and empowered her wife as the queen. He had a choice. He could have even decided, no, I don't want to be like walking behind a woman. But he was there. He was empowering her. He was supporting her. He was uplifting her. He was helping her build the kingdom, and he was helping her be a mother, be a wife, and he was a companion, a friend, and everything. They work together. Today, we are talking about entrepreneurship and networking. Dr. Anastacia has told us a little bit about what networking is all about, understanding the power of supporting each other. Networking is building each other. Networking is being able to pour into each other and be able to work together, meaning both parties mutually win and benefit. That means we all pour into each other physically, mentally, financially, physically. We are empowering each other. Whether you are in the States, whether you are in Africa, whether you are in Asia, we are all working towards the same goal, empowering each other. And so as we were just going for our break, we were just discussing on how and we want to know how Dr. Anastacia has been building her empire, has been building her business, her as a woman and as a wife and as a leader, has been working all these things together, and how she herself view entrepreneurship. So Dr. Anastacia, first begin to tell us, when is it a point of life that you decided, I want to become an entrepreneur?
Recession hit the Bahamas in 2009, and I think it was the world. And that was when I saw an opportunity in network marketing, and I looked at it. I've never heard about it before, and all I did was, it's very simple. I just Googled. I tell people all the time, this is a day of modern technology. When you're praying to God for something, God always allows the information to come to you, and most of the times it's just because you don't believe and it doesn't come the way that you want it to come. And that is why.
So we've lost Dr. Anastacia there, but nevertheless, I'm very sure she will be back on. There's been some technical, but yes, and just to tap onto that, what she's just said, when you are praying for something and God just brings information to you, or maybe connects you with somebody, you have to begin to learn. So I can see Dr. Anastacia is back, so I will just pull her back. Welcome back.
Yes, you know how you this sometimes our Wi-Fi drops and so forth. But
That's no.
when you pray to God for an opportunity, there is always opportunity that is presented.
Mm,
Sometimes it's rejected because of who the messenger is, or because a lot of times it is work. A lot of people run from work. And
mm,
it's not that it cannot be done. It's not that you cannot get what it is that you need, but you have to make up your mind that you're going to do something to change your life. And when we talk about entrepreneurship, you have to understand that it is taking on a mindset of responsibility. It's different from
mm,
being an employee. When
mm,
you are an
mm,
employee, the boss has all the stress. He has to do everything. But when you make up your mind to be an entrepreneur, you are the one who has to bear the responsibility. When things go wrong, you have to fix it. But can I tell you, once you do it and you put in the work, it is very, very rewarding. And so
mhm,
when I saw the opportunity in network marketing, I too myself didn't believe. I had to do my due diligence. I had to do my research. And then, as a matter of fact, along with just reading and reading, I took a leap of faith and I just jumped in. And so
mm,
I have been with Ardyss Live this year makes 12 years, a network marketing company. And let me tell you, I had to just study and study and study until I
mm,
mastered it. And then I was able to help, people all over the world to make money and to partner with people all over the world. But I
mm,
tell people this, all right? And when you know who you are, you are not despondent. You don't worry about what people have to say or what people think, because when I tell people all the time, when you live for people's approval, you're going to die from their criticism. So you have
exactly.
to know who you are. I was told that this wouldn't work. And I tell people all the time, I am so happy that I did not listen to the people who told me not to. That is why, Dr. Leah, this show, the title of this show is so awesome. You better know who you are. You better know who you are, because if you don't know who you are, people are going to tell you who they think you should be. And so I made up my mind to do my own homework. And a lot of times it is just do your homework. Read, ask questions, because you don't know it all. Somebody has the answer. And how God has it, and going back to networking, is that somebody is the missing piece to your puzzle, but you have to network to find the missing piece. You understand? You might be a missing piece of some of my puzzle I putting together. And I'm gonna need you to release that piece of the puzzle, Dr. Leah. I can need you to release it. And if I have a piece to your puzzle, then I'm gonna give you what I have. That's why networking is so important. And I don't believe that we have just connected for no reason. We are going to sit to the table, Dr. Leah, and we are going to figure out how we are going to help one another impact their lives. And so it should be a place where I'm saying, I am so happy that I came across the person in the name of Dr. Leah. I'm so happy that I met her. And so you should be able to do the same thing. Boy, I met this lady by the name of Anastacia Lewis. I'm so happy that I met her. That's what we have to be. And then we would be the testimonies to other women to say, guess what? You must. It is imperative. It is a 911 that you tap into other women of like-mindedness and other women of high energy so that you can get what you need. You know the story of Mary and Elizabeth. And when the baby leaps, when you come into some person's presence, sometimes your baby leaps. You couldn't figure out what was going on until you start talking to some people. That's the type of experiences that we need. And so, I'm excited because I know that I don't know everything. I know that. And I'm not going to pretend that I know everything. But I will put myself in the right environment to learn as much as I can, because just by talking to you, you've taught me a lot. I can tell you that. I've learned so much from you. And I tell people, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You are in the wrong room. And so, I appreciate, and I could say this publicly, I appreciate our conversations. I'm like, listen to this woman speak to me. This woman all the way from Germany. I've learned so, Dr. Leah, I don't know if I should have told you, but I'm going to say it publicly. I have learned so much from you. Oh my goodness. I tell you, and you have impacted me, and I talk about you all the time because you are a woman of wisdom and a woman of wealth. So I'm happy to be here on your show because you have a lot to offer the world. And I can tell you, you have helped this same Bahamian woman in the Bahamas. You've helped me.
Thank you. Awesome. And it's beautiful because when the pandemic started, so many people thought that that's it, everything is gone, everything is done, and people didn't realize the mode of technology that has come in this age and in this generation that we are in has connected us all over the world with people we would have never, in a normal circumstance without pandemic, would have met in any way. Yet here we are, we can converse, we can network through a technology that is connecting us. And that is also networking. And before we even went for a break, I said that yes, Dr. Anastacia is building an empire for herself, for her children. She's empowering families. And she's also empowering single people. She's empowering each and every person who wants to be empowered, who wants to grow all over the world. Yes, you heard me right. All over the world. It is not just in the Bahamas. It is in the States. It is in Africa. It is everywhere. It is here in Europe. And that all is happening through networking because she sees an opportunity, she sees a talent, and she taps into it, and she brings those people together. Talk to us about Ardyss.
I didn't hear you. My internet dip. Talk to us about.
Talk to us about Ardyss, the company that is empowering
Oh,
families all over
Ardyss.
the world.
Ardyss. Ardyss is a multi-level marketing company. And we help women to reshape their bodies and revive their bodies through an awesome garment called the Body Magic and Nutrition. Now, this month, we are focusing, at least I'm focusing, because this is Cesarean month. And every woman who's had a cesarean needs to have a medically graded garment to aid them with their posture. Because once you've had a cesarean, your muscles weaken and your back doesn't have the support it's supposed to have anymore. So we have a garment called the postpartum girdle, and I teach women to move this garment all over the world along with other medically graded garments. We have 7 medically graded garments that is aided to help women and men with back pain, help them with weight loss, help them with posture, help them with confidence. And so as we move these garments and these nutrition all over the world, you know somebody has to be compensated for it. So there are women who are out there who are unemployed. There are women who are underemployed. There are women who just are looking to retire to get some money to pay off their mortgage. Network marketing is an industry where you can partner with people all over the world and make money. And guess what? COVID-19 didn't stop it. It did not stop it. We are still able to do business. I do business right at home from the click of a mouse. From the click of a mouse, and we teach you how to do that. It's an awesome, awesome industry. So anyone who is in the network marketing industry, just understand that the industry has been around for over 80 years. It has made more millionaires than any other industry for the mere fact the startup cost is very low. There is no rent to pay. There is no light bill to pay. There are no employees to pay. Um, and so you can do this from your home and make money. And so I'm happy. This is my 12th year doing it. And so my book is coming out. I wrote a book on my journey in this industry, and my book is called Master Leadership and Momentum, because what we actually do is lead people and teach them how to do business and how to build people. And so the industry is for me because I love to help people. And so Zig Ziglar made a comment, and I make this comment all the time: build the people and the people are going to build your business. So this industry is not for people who don't like people. You have to like people, and you have to want to build people. You must have a love for people. And I do have a love for people, and I love to help people to make money. So I do that through Ardyss Life. And then along with that, I am also the CEO of Woman Wife Entrepreneur Network. And so where we are building chapters all over the world. And of course, we're building your chapter in Germany, and you're helping me to do that. And we're bringing business women together. And so everyone can support one another, not just by mouth, word of mouth, but financially. I help you in your business, and you help me in my business. So those of you who are listening from Germany, I'm going to need you to connect with Dr. Leah. We are bringing all the business women together. Someone may be moving nutrition. Someone may be moving garments. Someone may be moving perfume. Someone may be a chef, personal chef. Someone may be a designer. Someone may be a graphic artist. All of us need to work together, because I know I always need the services of graphic designers. There may be people who create t-shirts, people who sell candles. I mean, all of us need to work together in order for all of us to have money, and especially women, because what has happened is that times have changed, and there are more single parent homes now than ever. And so we have women who need opportunity. So women need money. And so, Dr. Leah, the saying, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So we got to make sure women have money. It's
Amen.
imperative. So we have to network to make sure that happens, because we have children that we have to nurture and make sure put legacy in there, so after you're gone, you've left something for your children, because the Bible says a good man does what? leaves an inheritance
leaves
for,
inheritance
yeah,
with it.
so it's not only just property and land and money, but good values, good
Exactly.
networking skills, good
Mm,
relationship skills. We have a whole lot of work to do, but I
mm,
cannot do it by myself, and you cannot do it by yourself. That's why this global networking platform is fabulous and it's phenomenal, because sometimes when you are exposed to a global platform, you get to see how you can use other person's experiences and still work in your market, because what you have taught me, I have already put that in practice. I say, you know, something I can do that here. Dr. Leah taught me. Listen, I'm so happy I met you. Boy, let me tell you, I tell you, I'm happy that I met you. You've been, and I have to say this again because many things that you have told me, and you know, I talk about it, and I've seen it. You know, we have, listen, we have great conversations, don't we?
we do. We
Yes,
do.
sir. I'd be so happy when I see you. I I am so happy when I see you on What's Up Me. I say, all right, I'm getting ready to have a power conversation, Dr. Leah. What's up me? And I'm excited every time I see your What's Up, to tell you the truth. Because I know it's gonna be a power talk, and we have great power talks, and you know, I'm self-motivated, but you know, sometimes hearing from somebody like-minded like yourself, it just gives you the extra push
Mm,
to say, guess what, you know, you're on the right track. Just keep it moving, keep it going, you know. And that's why it's imperative to be in the right environment with the right set of people, because
mm,
you know, I posted on Facebook the other day, when you win and the people in your circle don't clap, you have to find a new circle. Because
exactly.
you shouldn't have a problem if I win in, Dr. Leah. What's the problem?
There's no problem. In
Okay.
fact, I should even be happy that you're winning, because then I will learn how is she winning, and I can tap onto those tips, those nuggets, those strategies, and be able to begin to implement, so that I can even become better. That I can also plant that seed into somebody else.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And so that's why networking and global networking is very important. And what we're doing
Mm,
here right now is global networking, me and you. That's what we're doing.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
yeah, and I'm excited because I'm like, oh my goodness, Germany? How in the world? I'm talking to somebody from Germany and I'm all the way in the Bahamas. I really hope you got the son I sent you, because I sent
Of
you some
course.
sun.
Of course. Of course. You see how I'm sweating already.
Yes, 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 yes. You got my son. Yes,
Of
and
course.
you know, we have a lot to do, and then you know, I have to have you on my show, because we need to talk about your book, because that's a great topic. Who are
Yes, it
you?
is. Here is it.
Who,
Here is it.
who
And and to make it even beautiful, because I have written a second edition actually of the book Who Are You, and I'm just working on the workbook, because this time round we want you, when you read and you begin to identify and self-realize yourself, you're able to begin to put down, jot down the things you realize about yourself, jot down the things you understand about yourself, your weaknesses, your strength, your talent, your purpose. Do you understand your purpose, or are you working somebody else's purpose? It
Yes,
is good to start somewhere. You can be employed, but the question is that fulfilling that purpose that you have been called to do? Or there is
exactly.
more beyond that, because it could just be it is a platform for you to grow beyond to the purpose that you are supposed to be in. But then, are you paying attention?
That's the thing. So how do you pay attention? How do you
You pay
know you're not?
attention.
How do you know you're not paying attention? See, what people don't realize is your environment. Who
Mm,
has your air controls your life.
exactly.
Exactly. Who you give your time to, your energy, that's who controls your life. And so if you give your air to people who are not focused, then you won't be focused. You
Of course.
understand? And
Yes.
so I am a person, I like to stay focused. And I speak to myself all the time about being focused and, you know, writing down what it is I need to do, all my goals, and then putting a timeline to it when I want this done. And I'm a person, when I feel something in my spirit, I write that down. I look at that every single day and I make sure that that is done. Why? Because I come from the Creator. I come from God. When we quote these scriptures, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. We have to really believe that. Do we really, really
Exactly.
believe that we can actually do these things? Or are we just quoting these things just to feel good? We have to
Exactly.
know that whatever it is that we want to do, God has already given us the strength. He's already given us the talent and the ability. And so once you declare out of your mouth what you want to happen, guess what, Dr. Leah? And I've proven this.
It will happen.
And guess what else? God always puts the people in your path so that even if you don't know something, they know it.
Exactly,
They
exactly.
know
And
it.
we can see, it is the people you surround yourself. If you surround yourself with whiners, you become you become actually
Exactly.
the leader of the whiners. If you sit
Once
down with people who are like-minded builders, entrepreneurs, you become a leader in that circle, because then you're growing one step at a time. But if you decide to stay in the place where only people talk about failure and fear, you become the leader of that group.
exactly, you get a
So
PhD in fear and failure. You have the highest degree in that, because that's exactly what you're gonna do. Because see, you have to train your brain, and so it is. Statistics have said that most people use less than 10% of their brain. Less than 10%. And so you have to force your brain. Your brain will only function what you put in it. And so you have to
exactly.
be around people who force you to think, who force you to take action, who force you to actually look at yourself and to see why you are not functioning. It is not that you cannot do it. You are operating out of fear, and you're operating out of fear from people who don't even have money to help you pay a bill.
Exactly,
Most
exactly.
people love validation from people who can't even help them. You check them out when we talk, and I lead a team, Dr. Lee, and when I ask them, why are you discouraged? Oh, well, I showed this business to my aunt and she didn't want to do it. Is your aunt a millionaire? How many businesses do your aunt run? Nothing wrong with you loving Addie, but Addie is not qualified to speak to you on business because Addie don't have a business. You see what I'm saying? And so
Exactly.
you're kind of and because you feel as though you're gonna offend your Addie by doing the business, you don't do the business because you want to you feel as though your Addie is not gonna love you because you're doing business. No, no, no. Auntie may be mad at you for a little spell, but once your money come, Auntie coming back, Auntie gonna hug you and kiss you up. Auntie can be so happy you didn't listen to her. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yes.
that fear of people rejecting you to the place wherein you're stuck, and that causes people not to move. Simple things like that. Your aunt or your mother, even your husband, don't have a problem with you doing business. Most people can't. They are stuck because the people around them, they don't feel the support from them, so they cannot move past that. Oh, but can I tell you that's a plan of the enemy? A major plan of the enemy to distract you from getting what it is. Now, but there are biblical scriptures to back you moving in your purpose. The Bible talks about even Jesus. It said he came to his own. His own
And
people
they
came to, right? And his own received him not. Is that not correct?
exactly. Is that
Exactly.
correct?
So if they did it to Jesus, what you think about you? He came to his own, and his own received him not. But then after that, it says, but to them that did receive, because some people are going to get it, they are the ones who he gave the power to.
Exactly.
Exactly. So it happened to Jesus, so who are you? So you just have to understand that rejection is a good thing. You understand? A lot of people take it as a bad thing. Okay, that means I'm not supposed to do business with you. All right, no problem. It's just redirection. It just means it's not you, it's somebody else.
Exactly.
Simple as
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. And that's a very, very powerful point there, what you said, because, the minute you begin to look at rejection, you begin to look at in a negative manner, you miss the lesson that is supposed to be there. You miss the importance of that particular activity or action or incidents or wherever it is. And you're driven in that place of beginning to justify, to find out why. You are supposed to begin to ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn in this situation? What is it that I need to take point home in this season that I need to implement, to change, or to work around to take me to the next level? And that brings us back to analyze yourself, understand who you are and
Who
your
you are, exactly. You have to know who you are so that you can do your own due diligence. And that's important because, nobody, life doesn't just hand you success. And I tell my team this all the time. You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you learn to negotiate for. You have to learn how to negotiate for it. You have to ask for what you want. Otherwise, no one is just going to come and hand you success. You have to go after it. You have to read the books. You have to do the business. You have to invest the money. You have to attend training. It is all you. If it's to be, it's up to me. So it's
Exactly.
nobody's fault. And the thing of it is nobody has to do anything for you. You are the
Exactly.
CEO of your life, and it is your responsibility to make sure that you get the information that you need to function. That is your responsibility. And so that's
Exactly.
why when you called me, I say, hey, Dr. Leah called me. I'm a learn something right now. You understand me? Because it's my responsibility. It's my responsibility. So, as we
Exactly.
continue to network and as we continue to help one another, we want people to see that we need each other. Global
Yeah.
networking, it is very important. Now, I can say muy importante, that means very important in Spanish. What it is in German? You know how to speak German?
Sehr wichtig, sehr wichtig, sehr wichtig.
Sehr wichtig. That's very important. You see now you done
Yes,
teach.
that's
When
very
you look, I
important.
listen. And when you look, I be speaking German. You see what I'm talking about? That's why you cannot be the smartest person in the room. You in the wrong room. See now you can teach me German.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Anastacia. Thank you so much for the nuggets that you have given us. Give our audience 3 tips on how to become better and how to begin to identify, or let's just say to begin to find their purpose. 3 tips.
First and foremost, the light bulb goes off through networking. Exactly what we're talking about. If you don't network, if you don't go out and meet new people, you're never going to hear things that cause your light bulb to go off. As you go out and you be around like-minded people, people who are doing business, most people who are successful, they have no problem in sharing with you what it is they did to be successful. But you have to make up your mind. So number one, place yourself in environments where people are smarter than you are. That's number one. You have to, because that's the only way you're going to hear what you don't know. How else you going to
Mm-hmm.
hear it?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you see leadership seminars, when you see opportunities, where you see, I always go sometimes to seminar where I don't know anybody. I say, you know something? I see the seminar, let me go. And when I go, I introduce myself. And so they could know me, so I could know them, so I could meet new people, so we could have a conversation because I need to learn. You see what I'm saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
that's number one. Number two is um understanding, like you said, who you are. Now if you are a person, now Dr. Leah, this is a whole nother conversation. You got to bring me back with it. Depending on your personality type, really you know how you deal with people. Let's see, now I have a shark personality type. I don't have a problem with people telling me no. But when you have a whale personality type, whales kind of hard because see, they need validation from people. These are loyal people. These are people who love people. They will do your work for you. They're very organized. But if they're not validated by people, they can't function. That's whales. People take advantage of whales. So it's all depends on your personality type. So, but you can switch if you make up your mind. You can switch. And then you have dolphins. So you need to know who are the people who dolphins are your personality type. They're social butterflies. They like to they like to travel. They like parties. So these are people who just want to be long, but they don't really do work. They just have a playful attitude. They're like, life too short. Let me just travel. Let me just do whatever. So it's sometimes hard to focus a dolphin. And then you have your urchin, people with an urchin personality type. These are your people who take long to move because they lack faith. They have to cross every T. They have to dot every I. They need to know every single detail before they make a move. Some of these people, they lack faith. If God asks them to do something, and if they don't see a way to do it, they're not doing it. So, in essence, once you are able to identify people and personality types, you kind of know what environments to basically go into and who to listen to. Because if you are hanging with a dolphin, I don't know how much you can learn because they playful all the time. I don't know if you can learn too much from playful people, and then but they're nice people and they have to be there. I prefer people to be in an environment playing than being somewhere doing something wrong anyway. So, but also thirdly, as far as moving ahead in life and knowing who you are, basically you have to follow the prompting of the Holy Spirit. God always does. He guides you. You feel when something is wrong. The problem is you just don't want to offend people by exiting that environment. And that's most people's problem. You already know this person is playing around. You already know that. But because you don't want to offend people, you stay there. So once you stay there, understand you're going to suffer and you're going to lose time. Profits come to the producer and not the procrastinator. So you're going to have to shift some things in your life and understand at some point in time in your life, Dr. Leah, you have to understand that you come first and you have to put your oxygen mask on first. I tell people all the time, I will not apologize to my children for not functioning. So sometimes, when you go on an airplane, the stewardess, once you sit in the exit row, the stewardess speaks to you. She said, are you willing to assist us in the event of an emergency? And you say yes. And so she's saying to you, here are the instructions. Before you can assist anybody, put your oxygen mask on first. Because if you can't breathe, you can't help them. Everybody's dying.
Exactly.
So handle your business. Take care of your family. Put yourself in a position. If you know you don't have enough money on the 9 to 5, go and work your business. You have to do that. You're a woman, so we are here to empower women. We are here to encourage them. You can do it. Know who you are. Tap into the right environments to get the right information so that you function. So that's my advice. I could be on here all day, Dr. Leah, with you.
Yes, I know.
We have these long conversations.
Yes, and I'm really so happy that you come onto my show, and I'm so glad that you are here. You've given us a lot of nuggets. We've enjoyed the discussion, and I hope all our viewers have also enjoyed. There've been a lot of very wonderful comments that have been streaming in. Thank you so much for those who are live. Thank you for those who are watching replays. Most important is, please put notes, take notes of the things and the points that are really meaningful to you, and begin to dig deep onto those points. Begin to analyze, begin to identify who you are, begin to work yourself. As we've been told, you're the CEO of your life. You can never apologize for failing your children, failing yourself. You can never, there is no apology to that. And it doesn't matter what state you are in. You can always start from there. You can always start from anywhere. There is nothing like failure. There is only room to become better. There is always room to grow. There is always room for you to become more and more, farther and above, beyond the purpose that you have right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. Your host, Dr. Leah, and our guest, Dr. Anastacia, all the way from the Bahamas. Thank you for visiting us in Europe, Germany especially.
Yes.
And thank you for welcoming us also in Bahamas. So
You
we
better
were
believe it.
intense in one day within a span of 50 minutes. And we hope that you've been empowered. And until next time, we say goodbye to all of you.